Hey everybody, how are we doing? Hopefully having a great day. I know I am. Great way to start the weekend off. I know this is a little different for me, so switching from Thursday back to Saturday morning. Just thought I'd kind of see how it goes, and this is more convenient for me. Things at work are getting so there's some days that I may end up working late, some days I don't, but this kind of alleviates some of that anxiety and pressure for me. Hey, stick around because I think we have a great show. I think we're going to cook something that's really, really cool to cook. I've never cooked it before. I got to tell you that. So this is my first time, so I think it'll be kind of perfect for us to try it together. And then also I have some exciting news I think you'll be interested in about the channel and about possibly some other stuff going on with the channel. So stick around for that stuff as well. So hey, Crafty Carnivore-ish, how are you? Thank you. Christy, thank you for coming. So just kind of give it a minute here. We'll get started here. But so today what I'm going to do is, if anybody knows me, probably my favorite food to eat, and probably one of the reasons I probably had my weight issues was there's two foods really, right? So really was ice cream and pizza, right? So so today we're gonna make pizza. So I have a couple of videos out already. Chicken crusted pizza. I've made the fathead dough pizzas. I've done 2 or 3 other. I've done the chaffle pizzas and everything else. So this is just kind of another rendition of it. Pizza in a bowl, all kinds of stuff around it. So hey, Darren, how are you? How's my Gale-hearted heart? I think that's how it is. So you have to excuse me because when I'm cooking like this, my laptop is far on the other side of the counter from me, so it's harder for me to reach it. I'll have to see if I can increase the size of the font or something like that so I can read it better. But anyway, so welcome everybody. But pizza is probably my favorite food. If you like pizza, let me know down in the comments too. So what's your favorite food? What do you like to eat? But pizza is my favorite food. So to be able to make it as a keto, low carb food has been beneficial for me. It's something that we make on a pretty regular basis. My 2 favorite ways of making it are the chicken crusted pizzas and the chaffle pizzas. So hopefully it's nice and warm where you are. I know, and I'm in Southern California, and we have cool weather, which is really weird. So up in New England, where I'm originally from, it's 70 plus degrees today, and here it's going to not get out of the 60s. So really, we're backwards. So I'm not sure what's going on with the world, but anyway, but I thought I'd just do this. Again, I started my stove up. My oven, it's heating up to 325, so that's what we're going to run it at. Signal is weak, but holding on. Okay, thanks, Darren. I appreciate that. So it's cold in the morning, but it's supposed to warm up. Yeah, that's about what 70 degrees, 68 degrees here is pretty nice, but it doesn't get that way until the afternoon, and then it's in the sunshine. If you're in the shade, it's pretty cool. So. Hawaiian pizza. Yeah, that's my wife's favorite. So when we make the chicken crusted pizza, we do actually make it kind of more of Hawaiian. The only thing is that pineapples are not necessarily what I would call keto because of the high fructose in them. So the high sugar level in the pineapple. So got my coffee, drinking it, trying to read the messages and everything else. So I'm going to get started with this because this is going to take a little while. So I got 2 cups of almond flour in here. Now this recipe does come from Carolyn from All Day I Dream About Food. So this is kind of originally her recipe. I have embellished it a little bit. I will put a link down to her after this video is over. I'll put a link down to her recipe so that you can go look at it if you want. And then I will be putting probably a copy of it. The one that I'm using today, the little differences and stuff like that, I will be putting it on the website. I do need to need to update the website. I haven't updated in about 3 weeks, so I got to really go in and spend some time. We got the Thanksgiving holiday coming up, so I'm really hoping that we'll get caught up here. 54 in Toronto today, Darren. So nice. Like I said, I think today is going to get up to 68 here. So, but usually we're in the mid 70s. And now it's 60. And they're saying one day next week, I think Tuesday, we're not going to get out of the 50s, which is really, really cool for us. We got thin skin, thin blood here. So when it gets down below 65, it gets really cold for us. So, but anyway, so I'm going to start off with the almond flour in here. Now I'm going to use, this is protein powder in here. This protein powder is about 2-3 tablespoons. I use the Isopure just because it's zero carb. I use it for a couple of reasons. I mean, this is the zero flavor, no flavor. I use that one for baking all the time. So I'm going to put that in there as well. And again, I use that just basically for baking. I also use the cookie and cream, and I use the chocolate one. They have a Dutch chocolate one. I use those for protein shakes, and they're really, really good tasting. Great for after a workout or something like that if you are working out. So other things we're going to put in here is all kinds of spices. So this is powdered garlic. So I'm just going to put a little bit of powdered garlic in here. You put it in what you want for your seasoning. This is baking soda. I'm going to put a little bit of baking soda in here. This is going to help it rise a little bit. So I'm going to put about 1.5 teaspoons in here. I'm going to try to get it right today. Teaspoons versus tablespoons, right? A little bit of salt. This is Himalayan salt that I'm using. Just a little bit for flavor, taste. Salt actually really helps if you craving sweet things. Salt really helps you overcome that sweetness. So hey, just Jason Keto, how are you? Hopefully you're having a great day. So we're making keto pizza muffins. So this is a little bit of garlic powder. Again, I'm just going to put a little bit in, provided it. Break it up a little bit first. I am going to put a little bit of crushed red pepper just because I like a little bit of bite to it. Just a little bit. Not too much. A little bit of cayenne pepper. Now, if you want Italian seasoning and you want this to taste more like a traditional pizza, you could put Italian seasoning in there. So I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of that. So a little bit of black pepper in here. So what are you guys doing on a Saturday? Let me know what you're doing on a Saturday. What do you do for fun on a Saturday on these weekends? We're going to go get our eyes checked here this afternoon. We have eye doctor's appointments to get tested. And of course, probably have to get new glasses. Always have to get new glasses every time you get your eyes checked. And you should get your eyes checked before you get new glasses. So that's one of the things we're doing today. And then probably make another video. So we're going to make some other stuff. So I think we're going to be doing that today too. So so just mixing all this together. Now the other things I am going to mix in here with this a little bit. This is mozzarella cheese. Again, so this is 1.25 cups of mozzarella cheese. So we're going to dump that in there as well. I got to keep making more room for myself as I go along here. So we're going to dump that in here. And then I got some pepperoni. This is about 1 cup of pepperoni. It may be more than that. This is what I had left. So I just said I'm going to use all of it. I'm not going to save a couple of pieces, right? And then we're just going to mix all that in there together. I did take the pepperoni and I cut it all into little tiny pieces and everything else. So this is all my dry ingredients. So what's your favorite foods? Because I'm kind of thinking, what do I want to else do I want to bake or make? I'm going to set this off to the side for the moment because we're gonna come back to that, and I don't want it in my way. I want you to be able to see what I'm doing. So I do have some melted butter in here. Hopefully it's still melted. Looks like it's still melted to me. That's the only thing about when you melt something just ahead of time and then you let it sit here because it's cool out. It's like 55 degrees or something this morning. It will start to get hard pretty fast. So, and this is coconut milk. So I'm using about 3/4 cup of coconut milk. I'm going to dump in here. Makes it easier to pre-measure everything before we do the live. So, you know. So I did want to talk a little bit about, because actually my channel, I don't know if you have been noticing or anything else, has been growing. And actually I hit 3K on yesterday or the day before that. And now I'm at 313 or something like that, 3013. So it's growing, it's continuing to grow, which I'm very, very happy about. I'm actually ecstatic about it. So I got a big piece of shell in there. Thank you. So let's see what I'm missing. I'm probably missing, hey, by Nylan. Oh, my wife just turned on the lights. How are you? Sorry about that. I missed you when you came in. So let's see who else is in here. Just kind of catch up a little bit. Gilhart. Oh boy. Yeah. Well, I guess, do you consider working on YouTube working? So because if it is, that seems to be when I do most of my videos. A lot of the cooking videos anyway are on the weekends, and so that's the majority of them are on the weekends. So is that working? I guess I would consider it working. So thank you for that. I really, really appreciate it. We're going to talk a little bit more about it as I get going here as well. Let's see who else. Have I missed anybody else? Oh, I guess that's everybody right now for the moment. So, but we got people growing here. So I'm going to throw in all my wet ingredients here. So again, I put the eggs in here. I have the milk in here. This is melted butter. I'm going to put it in here as well. I'm going to mix it all in. And I just, I'm the type of guy when I'm cooking something, I have to look at a recipe, whether I've cooked it 1,000 times or not, just because of the fact, if I don't, I'll always forget something. So I make protein sparing modifying bread, and we make it every week, probably sometimes twice a week, right? Depending on how much we eat and if we're off for the week or what's going on. So, sorry about that. I dropped the bowl. Didn't break. So it did get my stuff on my my laptop though. I'm gonna wipe it off. Put a little butter on it. Whoop. Sorry about that. Little so before this starts to stiffen up here, we're gonna pour this into this. And we're going to start mixing it all in together. Do you like these cooking lives? Let me know what you think, because I don't know. I have mixed feelings about doing them. So, because I think they're good, but I don't think they necessarily have the interaction with the community. Because when you're cooking, you got to kind of pay attention to it a little bit and all that stuff. And, but this is all there is to it. This is all mixed up. Again, you can put whatever you want in here. I did think about putting some garlic in here. Oop. Apparently, it's not closed tight because it's leaking. So I thought about putting some garlic in here, but I figured maybe I shouldn't do it. So I'm going to wait and not do it. So because I put garlic powder in there, so I don't want to be too garlicky and too overwhelming. I actually, this time of year, because it's cool out, I like bacon this time of year. I'm not a big fan of bacon in the summertime just because it's too hot. But so that's kind of the consistency of it. And that's what we're looking for. And that's all there really is to it. Now we're going to just take this, like I say, I preheated my oven to 325. And you can do these as mini muffins. You can do these as full-size muffins. I'm going to do them as full-size muffins just because of the fact that's what I have. Now, muffin tins, you guys ever use the parchment paper ones? I will tell you, they make it so much easier. And I couldn't find them. I've been searching for the last 2 weeks, going to the grocery store that I normally get out of. They've been out of them, and they haven't gotten them in. I went to 2 other grocery stores here in town. They didn't have them. So I'm going to use these, and hopefully they won't stick to them too bad. It's cheese, so it's going to stick a little bit, I would think. Let me know if you ever use them. Do you like using them? I had to order them off of Amazon, and they'll come next week. But I do have links down below if you're interested in any of this stuff or you have any questions. There's links down below for a lot of this stuff down there. As well as if I have some links, some discount codes for some other things down there too. Not much, but a couple things just you might find interesting. So now I think most YouTubers, once you get to a certain size, you start getting affiliate links, and I would strongly suggest if you don't, you should. Start looking like Amazon has an affiliate program. Go over there and look at it, and helps your channel out. I know it helps my channel out a little bit. I don't make a lot of money at it. I sure don't make enough money on it to make a living off of it. It doesn't pay for my cooking, that's for sure. So, but a little bit, $30, $40 a month or whatever, it pays for a couple of things. So, so if you do use the affiliate links, it helps out the channel a lot, and you kind of get pennies out of it and stuff. So. I think you get 1%, 1 to 3% of the sales, and it doesn't cost you actually anything else. So, also there's memberships down there below that helps the channel out. So if you go down there and sign up and become a member, there's perks along with it. So you go down there and check out some of those perks. Now I'm going to fill these cups about 2/3 of the way. Full, because they will rise a little bit, not a lot, just a little bit, and then they'll rise while they're baking, and they'll fall a little bit out when they're cooling, right? So this is kind of where they work, and then we'll see how many we get out of this. Again, this is pretty low carb. I will tell you, I do track total carbs, and when I track total carbs, you got to remember. And I see people bake stuff, and then they talk about total carbs, and they talk about the carb count and the fat count. And I'm just sitting there scratching my head going, how can that be? Because almond flour actually has quite a few total carbs in it. And then when you talk about even erythritol monk fruit blend, that has a ton of total carbs in it. So I think there's 8 total carbs in 2 tablespoons or 2 teaspoons of a monk fruit erythritol mix. So somebody that says it has, almost 1 or 0 carbs or 1 carb, and they've used, 3/4 of a cup of sweetener, I'm thinking of scratching myself. I don't know how that works out. So, but anyway, this doesn't use any sweetener in it. It does use the almond flour. So it's not totally carb free, even though that the pepperoni is almost 0 carbs and the butter is 0 carbs or close to it. And the mozzarella cheese. The reason I bought the Sorrento cheese, because when I looked at it, this was the all-natural Sorrento cheese. Make sure you're looking at it because it has actually much better ingredients in it than what the other cheeses has. I don't know if do you guys, when you're buying stuff like that, do you look and read the labels? Hey, Triple Threat, how are you? How's everything going today? So let me know what you think about this Saturday morning's live streams as well. So, like I said, I've kind of had mixed feelings about it, and doing it on Saturdays versus Thursdays. I originally switched it to Thursdays because it was more convenient, because on the summertime, the weekends, you want to go do stuff, right? So, but in the wintertime, not so much. It's a little cooler, although here it's okay. I think I'm going to try to make 12 of these. So I'm going to try to fill these up. So I get 12 versus having a couple in a different pan. And then we're going to talk a little bit about, so I reached 3,000 subscribers. I want to thank everybody. Hey, have you ever been subscribed? Because I still have believe it or not, about 75% of my viewers are not subscribed to the channel, which I don't know why, but so it would be great if you could subscribe, right? As long as you view it, I guess is okay, but you'd like to get notified and everything else. So, it'd be cool if you did. I'd appreciate it anyway. And then, now I lost my train of thought. That's what happens when you get old. Yeah, I'm just trying to thought I'd put it out there and see what's more convenient for viewers and getting people to watch and stuff as well. So like I said, I do want to give a couple of shout outs. So I do have a couple of channel members that I want to give shout outs to. And that's your Pal Misty over on your Pal Misty channel. So again, great supporter, great person. She's been on the channel, I think, twice already, and she may be coming on another time in the near future. We'll see. She has lost about 145 pounds now. So it's pretty amazing to go back there and watch some of her videos from like 2 years ago and see her. Then you see her now, and she's working out all the time now, and she's doing keto. She's been doing keto for 4 or 5 years now. So she knows her stuff, and she just continues. She's down to, I think, 100 and I think this week her weigh-in was 186 pounds. So, kudos to her. It's fantastic, to lose all that weight, to give advice and help others, hopefully help motivate others as well. And then, then get into the fitness piece of it as well. So, all right. So these are all in there. This is what they look like. I'm going to throw them in the oven. We're going to throw them in here for about 20 minutes. Yeah, about 20 minutes, and we're going to bake them. So 20 minutes. And then the other person I'd like to give a shout out to is Keto Mama Michelle as well. So if you haven't seen her, she's got 3 young kids. She's lost about 95 pounds. So she's doing fantastic. She's really killing it. So, go over there and check her channel out. I know she hasn't been as active lately as she should have been. So, hey, Brenda, how are you? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. So Brenda's just congratulating you on the 3K. I truly, truly am blessed and feel honored and privileged. So, you know, I don't think the content's that good, but I'm glad people follow me and people like it and people are subscribing. So, thank you. So, never thought about when my wife was bugging me about, she said, you've been so successful on the diet and doing keto and stuff. You should create a YouTube channel and you should start doing that. And she was the one, and I said, no, I don't like it. I don't like being on camera. I don't like that, and it's weird talking to myself because that's pretty much what it is. You're kind of talking to yourself, and it's I really don't know that much about it. I'm not, and here we are about almost 2 years later, not quite 2 years in January. Next January will be 2 years. And we're at 3K. So, so I'm really, really feeling blessed and really, really appreciative. So thank you, everybody. I truly, truly appreciate it. So, so. So Crafty Carnivore-ish says, you're doing great. Consistently learning process being on YouTube. It sure is. So I am learning, hopefully learning. My biggest issue is probably the editing piece of it. So I am doing the thumbnails and the editing and all that stuff. To me is probably the hardest part of YouTube. But I'm learning. So I switched from doing it on my phone to doing it on a camera, which threw a curveball at me. And because no longer was I used VN editor on my phone, which was really, really super easy to use. And I still use it occasionally when I use stuff on my phone. But now on the laptop, but you can't do it. It's not Windows based, so you can't do it on Windows. So you have a learning curve to have to switch over to Android based software to a Windows based software, and so it was another huge learning curve because all the buttons are different. It's much more complicated. I went through and I looked at probably a dozen different ones. I'm using a free one. So, so someone's saying hi, Brenda. So Gail's saying hi. The Gail or gal? Excuse me. So, yeah. So it's just been a learning curve. So, but that's probably the hardest part. I would say, like most videos takes you 20 minutes to set it all up, and then probably another 20 minutes to a half hour to shoot it, and then it takes you between the editing and the uploading and converting and uploading and all that stuff. Then it takes you another 2 or 3 hours, right? So I admire those folks that can do and try to put out a full length video every day. Man, it's a lot of work. So somebody like, Harry and Wendy over at Loving It on Keto, where they're putting out your videos every day. I put my thing on the wrong wrist, and it's gonna mess me all up here. So, I actually switch it at night when I'm sleeping. So, just because I set my alarm to go off, and it was, and that's the site. My wife sleeps on the other side, so this doesn't wake her up. So it's kind of a habit. Then I switch it usually in the morning. But yeah, so somebody that does videos every day, you're killing it. So I am doing a lot of shorts. I said it's interesting because when I look at my shorts reach a very different crowd than the full length videos, which is kind of interesting. So a lot of people from different countries versus the long full-length videos like the live streams and the what I eat in a days and the cooking videos generally reach people in the US and UK and Canada, whereas the shorts actually reach a lot of people in India and elsewhere. So it's kind of interesting if you go in and kind of look at the analytics between the two. And so, but that's kind of where we're at. So I do want to talk about 3,000 subscribers. So a couple of things thought about do. I thought we might do some kind of a giveaway. My wife and I have to kind of sit down and talk a little bit about it and kind of decide what we're going to do it. So one of the upcoming videos somewhere in the future, and that's why you should subscribe and then put that notification on there, is we are going to do a giveaway probably in the next 2 weeks on one of the videos coming up. And then one of the live streams probably during the month, we'll actually pull the winners for that giveaway. We're still talking about what should we give away. We're thinking maybe a gift card from Amazon because everybody can use it. Black Friday's coming up, the holidays are coming up, so a gift card's always welcome. I did it last time with a gift card when I did 2,000, so I think that was a positive thing. It was pretty well received, and we'll have to see what else. Maybe we'll do, if everybody's interested, maybe we'll do a Keto Chow starter thing, or maybe we'll do a couple of shirts. So these are new merchandising shirts that I have with Keto Lover, and then it has the Alan's Awesome Keto World on the bottom. I thought maybe that would be cool for maybe one or two of the giveaways. I do have a channel member giveaway as well, so we will be doing. We'll probably do 2 or 3 giveaways on the regular channel, and then members only will give something away as well on the members channel. So we have to kind of plan that out. Like I said, the channel doesn't make a ton of money, so I don't. They're gonna be nice little items, and we'll see how that goes over and see what we have. Also, the shirt is very cute. So Keto Lover. So that's me, Keto Lover. So doing it for over 5 years now. So I will I intend to do it the rest of my life. I still track 20 total carbs. I will say I go over on the weekends and sometimes during the week. And sometimes I do allow myself, because I'm more in the maintenance mode. I hit my 180 pounds. I do track my weight. So I'm going to try to do a better job with the community tab as well and sharing things over there. So I graph it every week. So I weigh myself every Friday. So I just posted it today. So you can go over there and see on this Friday, I was 182.6 pounds. So I tried to stay between that 175 and 185 mark, and so yeah, so 5 years. So that's a long time. So my wife and I have been together for 10 years now. So this is the longest she's seen me in any kind of shape. When we had met, I'm not even sure why she liked me, because I was I was gonna say I'm overweight and not a lot of self-confidence in myself, and that's kind of something I think that happens. And then as you lose weight and you get in shape, and I've done it before. I can't tell you how many times I've lost weight, got into shape, and then a year later I'm right back to where I started from. And it's kind of like a vicious cycle. You lose and go all the way down, and then you gain all the way back up, right? So it's kind of like this continuous loop. I did Weight Watchers, did Atkins, I did, whatever, a bunch of different things. And, but this has been something I've been sticking to, because I've been able to find things that have been able to sustain me. So, and again, talk about favorite foods and what can you eat that you eat in a normal that I can't find a substitute for, somewhat of a substitute. So there's things, it's not going to be perfect, right? But I'm a steak and potatoes guy, so I can still eat the steak part of it. So I just need to find a substitute for the potato part of it, right? My family's from Maine, so they're all born and raised in Maine. So as a kid, potatoes was a pretty staple. So the good thing was my grandfather had a farm. He had 400 chickens. So we ate a lot of eggs too. So, so we still eat a lot of eggs, right? So, probably eat more eggs now than I did back then. So, but it's all good stuff. Like I said, I love steak, beef of any kind, meats of any kind, chicken, pork. We actually have a nice pork belly that we're going to cook tonight. So maybe we'll do a couple of shorts on the pork belly and how we're cooking that, or we've done a couple of videos on it already, so I don't want to go and do a full-length video. So, yeah, I miss potatoes too. And then, I did a video, and I was watching, it's a highfalutin, low-carb Wes over there, and he did a taste test of tater tots, and he made one with cauliflower and one with broccoli, and he liked the broccoli one better. So I made the broccoli one, and the broccoli one is really, really good. It tastes just like tater tots to me. So if you like tater tots, if you don't know what tater tots are, just crushed up potatoes and then they're baked. These came out really, really good. So they tasted, to me anyway, they tasted a lot like potatoes. Of course, it's been probably over 5 years since I've had a potato. So, but, and there's another one that says they miss potatoes as well. So, but again, there is substitutes out there for them. And I've never been a radish person, but I know a lot of people use the radishes in their sheet pan recipes and stuff. That's something I actually thought about trying because I haven't tried it. I do find that, for me anyway, now that I'm in the maintenance mode, I can get away with keto sweets. And when I say keto sweets, I prefer to make my own keto sweets versus buying them, although there's some good products out there, just because when I'm making them, I can kind of control what I'm putting in them. I can control the sweetener I'm putting in it, and I can control the almond flour I'm putting in it, or the coconut flour, or whatever heck I'm putting in it, the butter, and so I can control it better. So I think I have a better handle on it. So that's why I'll take some things and I'll make, I'll make my own recipes, or I'll take someone else's recipes and I'll change them. And I find now, after years, that I eat a lot less sweeter stuff than I have. So, and so generally when someone puts a recipe together, I can use half the sugar or half the sweetener. I should say not sugar, it's sweetener, right? The erythritol monk fruit blend. I can use half of that, and I can be satisfied, and it satisfies my sweet tooth versus, instead of putting a whole cup in, I can put a half a cup in, right? And I can get away with it. And then to me, because I'm not used to the sweetness anymore, I gotta get off of that potato thing. Sorry, triple threat. But you gotta stop looking at potatoes. But yeah, my coffee's almost done. About 6 more minutes. One of the other things I did, my wife and I found out was, now my wife does not do keto, but she does eat a lot of the low carb stuff. She likes some of it she doesn't, right? She still wants her rice, but she doesn't eat it every day now. She's eating it like every other day. So she's been cutting back on it. And I think she's seen success with me. So I think it's, hopefully rubbing off a little bit on her. So she doesn't have a weight problem. She's never had a weight problem. Although she thinks she does, but I don't think she does. But my doctor's happy with me. My doctor's thrilled with my progress. He keeps calling me a superstar, and and stuff like that when I go in there, and which makes me feel good, right? I know it was a couple of weeks ago. A couple of months ago, I should say, when I went, he put a sticker on my shirt about a star patient. So Kind of make me feel like a little kid, but okay. I'm all about the potatoes. Extract to try for Thanksgiving. Cal mashed. So, yeah, that may be something to try. So, potato extract. I don't know. I've never seen that in a store. So, is that something, Brenda? Is that something you're special ordering from someone? Let me know down in the comment. Maybe the rest of us would like to know that as well, because that sounds like it would be pretty good. So, you know. Love stickers. I'm asking for one each time I get labs done too. Yeah, so it's just kind of weird. It's I'm in my 60s, and to get a sticker saying that, it's kind of weird. But and my doctor was one that actually advised me to go on keto. So people that don't know my story, and I'll actually show a little picture, because I do have a picture. I believe it's in my. This was me and my wife. So if you haven't seen pictures of me before, and I know I show this all the time, and I don't have a lot of pictures of me, because I was a person always offering to take the pictures because I didn't want to be in the pictures. And so it was kind of one of those things where I would avoid it as much as I could. So, hey, Ann's here. Hi, Ann. How are you? Yeah, so Ann's giving me a thumbs up. If you guys haven't given it a thumbs up yet, go in there and give that big thumbs up. That would be really appreciated. And again, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. That would be great. So, but that was me back. This was probably 2016, maybe summer of 2017. We went to Las Vegas. If you don't know, we live just outside of LA, north of LA a little bit, about halfway between LA and Santa Barbara. So Vegas is about a 5-hour drive from here, so not too bad. We go probably once or twice a year. It's not our favorite place to go, but it's kind of a fun place to go. I'm not a gambler. I'm not a drinker, but I love the shows. And there's a lot of other things to do there. There's a lot of sights to see. So it's a great place to go and hang out and just have some fun. You could have a few drinks, maybe. I'm not going to lie. We probably have a few drinks. Not a lot, though. And I'm not, like I say, we will do a little gambling, but not much either. So, I'm kind of hoping that when I get out there, I don't know if anybody knows Tom Garvey. He lives in Las Vegas. So the keto show was supposed to happen in October. Him and I had plans to get together in October when we come out. Because my wife and I were going to come out for the show, the keto. What is it? The keto? It's not Keto Con. It's something else out there. But we were going to come out for that, and Tom and I we're going to get together for that, and kind of maybe go have dinner or something like that, and just kind of meet up, and which I thought would be cool. You don't get to meet people that subscribe to your channel or follow you on your channel. One of the things I would say for folks, if you're interested in what I did was. So we have there's an app out there called Network or Neighborhood, I think it is. So I did go out there, and it really is about your local area and your neighborhood around you. So I started a community in there for keto as well. And I don't have mad. There's actually 30 people that live in town here that are now part of that community on that page. So now I have 30 people that live within a few miles of us here that are part of my community. And I haven't done meeting up with anybody. I was kind of hoping that to get more familiar with some of them, and maybe actually have some meetups and stuff of that nature. So So Brenda's going back. We're talking about the flavor of potatoes. So let's see what these look like. I'm going to leave these in for about 5 more minutes because I don't know whether they... I'm going to leave those in for about 5 more minutes, just because of the fact that they don't look like they're quite done to me. So find out my oven takes a little longer, and generally if something says 20 minutes, I end up going 25 minutes. When I bake my cookies, like these are, I'll show you, these are some white chocolate macadamia nut keto cookies that we made. And those are supposedly take 8 to 10 minutes, but in my oven, they take about 15 minutes. So just to kind of show you the difference in ovens and everything else. So, all right. So the flavoring, they have mashed potato extract. So I'm going to have to look that up. So yeah, because that would be a great thing to have for Thanksgiving, just to kind of help with the taste of something. Like I said, they have the radishes, and they use the radishes as potatoes, and I'm not a fan of radishes, so I'm really leery about trying them. I mean, I ate them when I was a kid, and I didn't like them, so I haven't eaten them since then. Maybe my palate has changed. I know I was not a big fan of salads before, and now I am a big fan of salads. So just kind of, I think your taste changed, and I know my taste has definitely changed since I started doing keto. My diet has changed a lot. My diet has changed a lot from when I started keto to where I am today. And kind of, it started off kind of basic, and I think probably my diet today is maybe actually closer to when I started than some of the stuff in between. Because as you get in between, you start getting into a lot of the keto snacks that you buy in the store, and the keto breads and the keto stuff. And that's generally, hate to say it, but that's probably why a lot of us stall out on our weight journey. We get to a point where we're eating a lot of store-bought stuff. Not good. But the potato extract would sound really nice to go along with the. I'll just go for a couple more minutes, and then, because I would love to have that mashed cauliflower and then actually taste like potatoes. That sounds like it'd be a really great idea. You could create some really nice recipes with that as well. So. Yeah. So if you are a creator, or even if you're not a creator and you just like to help other folks or connect, to go into your local, if they have that neighborhood app. I know it's in the US and they have it throughout the US. And it kind of covers the area. Like I said, it covers your neighborhood. It goes out like a 3-mile radius or 5-mile radius or whatever from your house. And then it includes all those people in that. And they post all kinds of stuff on there. It's kind of, I'm not going to say it's a social media website for your community, but it really is. They do everything kind of from selling stuff to, talking about police activity in the area, to successes, to, people having all kinds of chat groups and so on. So it allows you to start those groups. So that's what I did. So, so. Oh yeah. So with Thanksgiving coming up, what are you guys starting to create menus for Thanksgiving? And I'd be interested to see, if you are, what are you going to cook for Thanksgiving? Because we've been starting to talk about it and starting to think about what are we going to have, and we've been kind of starting to look at some different sales and different foods and different things. So I will tell you, last year, we just went out and we bought T-bone steaks, a couple of T-bone steaks, and we made lumpia, which, if you don't know what lumpia is, it's spring rolls. We made I'm trying to think. We made a whole mess. We made an ube roll cake. So it's like a Swiss roll cake. So we made that. We'll probably make that again this year. Or maybe we'll make a pumpkin spice roll cake. I don't know, something like that. And then, so we're kind of starting to plan some of those things out. We're starting to do some shopping now, picking things up. So I'm just kind of interested. But that potato extract, so that may be something that on my next Amazon order, maybe I'll order it and try it out. So if we maybe make the cauli mash and try to do something else with it. So, so Crafty Carnivore says she hasn't really started thinking about it yet at all. And then I hate radishes too. so Brenda says that. So it's amazing change of flavor when cooking. So she's talking about the extract. So I'd be really interested in that. So like I said, next order, I'm going to have to look it up on there and check it out, and because that's something worthwhile doing it. So, and then Crafty Carnivore says that her husband usually smokes a turkey breast. So yeah, that's good. But I'm not, I love turkey. I'm not going to say I love turkey. I like turkey, but there's other things I like more. So, all right, I'm going to take these out now. These are going to be done. I'll bring you over and show you what they look like. That's what they look like. There's the timer going on. Now the problem is to get one cool enough so that we can actually taste test it in a reasonable amount of time. So, I'm going to pull one out of here. See if I can pull one out of here without burning myself too much. I'm going to let it sit here. It'll cool off faster here than over there. Maybe I'll pull two of them up. See what happens there. I like putting them in these cupcake things just because of the fact it makes them so much easier to handle. The parchment paper ones by far are the best. Like I said, I haven't been able to get any. And with all the bacon and stuff that you do in the wintertime, I just order some from Amazon because I haven't been able to get any in the local stores here. So I had to order them from Amazon, which is kind of weird, but it is what it is. I don't know whether they're any more different in price or not, but you end up getting 4-pack instead of, one individual one. But when you can't get them, you kind of hate to say it, but you end up ordering extras because you can't get them. So, if you're just coming into this and watching this, because I know we've been on here for a little while, this is just cheese. It's some almond flour. I know some people are allergic to almond flour. You could probably easily substitute coconut flour, but use about 1/4 of the coconut flour that you would use for almond flour. I'm not exactly sure of the ratio, coconut to almond flour. And then it's just mozzarella cheese in it, egg, pepperoni. So and that's all it really is for. And again, like I said, I started talking about earlier about the chicken crusted pizza. And one of the things my wife and I have done with the chicken crusted pizza, we don't actually even put any sauce on it anymore. Excuse me. So we don't put any sauce on it anymore. So we just kind of eat it with just the cheese and what the topping we put on it, whether it be Hawaiian or whether it's just be pepperoni and bacon and whatever. So we don't even put sauce on it anymore. And it really helps bring the carbs way down because most of the carbs in the chicken crusted pizza comes from the sauce, right? Now, if you're using shredded mozzarella cheese or any other cheeses, we use mostly mozzarella, but we also mix in some of the Mexican blend and or cheddar cheese in with it, just to kind of gives it a nice flavor. And it really just kind of cuts down the carbs. So again, the intention of this would be to take this and actually have some sauce and kind of put a little bit of sauce and dip it in the sauce and eat it. Now, I would imagine if you put these in a bunch of mini ones, that they'd actually be nice little dipping things to have at a party, a Christmas holiday party or something of that nature. So and actually the it came off pretty easy. So I'm really happy with that. I thought it'd be a little harder to come off than that. So that's really happy with that. It's not tearing. It's not pulling off. So I like making things like this. Again, the egg bites, the egg omelets in the muffin, egg omelet muffins, I guess you call them, as well. Those are all really good stuff. So as well. So I want to bite into one of these. So I'm really tempted. So you can see pepperoni in there, and you can see the cheese in it, and so it came out really nice. So I'm really happy with the way it looks. I'll take a couple thumbnail pictures afterwards or something. I don't know. It's really good. That's really good. It's really good. I like the pepperoni. The pepperoni, you can taste it. And it's, yeah, so Brenda's saying that she found those parchment paper ones in clearance in the grocery store. Now she can't find them anymore. And out of the 3 grocery stores, we have like 5 grocery stores here. I went to 3 of them. Out of the 3 of them, only one of them sells them on a regular basis. So, hey, Lindsay's here. Hey, Lindsay, how are you? But yeah, and only one of them carries them, and they haven't had them in 2 or 3 weeks now. So I just ordered them from Amazon. So, but I like the parchment ones, but these ones came out good. So this is pretty good. It'd definitely be better with a little bit of marinara sauce on it. So, well, really good. I like it. So. Yeah, so these are really good. So talk a little bit. So again, this is off of Carolyn's, off of All Day I Dream About Food website. So I will put the link down there to the recipe from her. Hey, Tom, how are you? I'm late, Tom. I was just talking about you a little while ago because we've been talking about coming out to Vegas maybe Christmas week or something like that. So maybe we'll have to talk about getting together. If we do. We haven't decided that yet, but we're talking a little bit about it. We went out for New Year's last year, so we were thinking about going out again. So again, this is off of Carolyn's website, off of All Day I Dream About Food. So if you haven't visited her website, she probably has I think she has one of the best websites out there. I haven't been to all of them, but this is one that I do go to pretty regularly, and I really like her stuff. So it was a really good recipe. So I'm gonna get this out of the way. And then so the macros on this thing are one of these muffins is about 196 calories according to her. It's about 4 total carbs, so pretty good. 4 total carbs. You could eat 2 of these probably for a meal. Now, again, like I said, the sauce, if you put the sauce with it, the sauce has quite a few carbs in it, so go easy with the sauce. I would just kind of dip it in the sauce just to kind of give it a little bit of flavoring, and that's all. The protein in this thing is 9. The fat in it is 16. The fiber in it is 1.7. So really the net carbs would be really about 2.2. Net carbs, if you're measuring net carbs versus total carbs. I'm a total carbs guy, so it helps me stay on track and keeps me doing good things. So, hey, so that was the video. That was the cooking. So if you like the cooking stuff, let me know down below and see if we can do more of it or whatever. I thought about a couple of other things too, and I thought maybe talking about a little bit on a video or having a topic about, maybe the top 5 foods that I eat all the time. What are the foods that you see in my rotation every week that you'll see? What are the top 5 foods that I eat? So I thought about doing something like that. If that's something that interests you, let me know down in the comments as well, or in the chat. I would really, really appreciate that too as well. I just think it'd be some good information to share what works for me. And I know I do a lot of what I eat in a days. People find those really popular and really, really good. I like to do more cooking. I will continue to probably try to do 1 of those or 2 of those a month. I'm hoping to have some guests coming on here in the next week or 2 as well. So we will work a little bit on that as well. If you do like the shirt, go down to the link down below. There's links down there. So there's a couple different shirts down there as well. So I do have some merchandise down there. Go down there and check out those Amazon links as well as some of those affiliate links too as well. That always helps the channel out, right? We're at the hour mark now. So I think we're gonna end the video here, just because of the fact that my wife and I both have to go to the eye doctor, so we have to go get ready to do that. So that's how we're going to spend our afternoon, is going and getting new glasses. She's going to get new glasses. I'm not going to get new glasses. So, but so yeah, Steve from Serious Keto has interviewed Carolyn. Yes, he did. And it was a great interview. I did see that, just because those are a couple of my favorite YouTubers. Actually, Lindsay's one of them on here. Lindsay, if you ever want to watch Lindsay's channel, Lindsay's got a great channel. I watch her quite a bit as well. So Steve actually has not been around for I think 3 or 4 weeks, and he just came back yesterday. He said he had gotten burnt out from YouTube and he needed to take a break. so he just disappeared for like 3 or 4 weeks. So it's kind of like he fell off the face of the earth. But he's been doing this full time for a long time. So it's like anything else. When you're doing a job, and a full-time job, you need to take a vacation, right? So, and I guess that was his vacation. So anyway, hey, so I'm going to end this video here because we're going to go get ready to go get our eyes checked and to see whether things are good or bad or indifferent. So I want to appreciate everybody for coming. Thank you for stopping by. And I'll be talking to you guys very, very soon. Hopefully you go out and check out some of the other videos that are out there. And you subscribe to the channel. And for anybody that's watching this on replays, thank you for watching it on the replay. I really, really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. I'm going to talk to you guys later.